Good morning, students. Hope all of you are fine. So, we are continuing our chapter 6 Cyber Safety. So, today our topic is vulnerabilities. Vulnerabilities are flaws in computer software that weaken overall security of our computer. Because these are the weakness of our computer security. It can also be created by improper computer or security configurations. Cyber criminals like hackers and crackers exploit the weaknesses and damage the computer or tamper its data. Because they track our computer, they are very well knowing our weakness and damage of our computer, and they can exploit those weaknesses. So, which precautions we can take for these vulnerabilities? Keep software and security patches up to date, because while installing these security patches we have to every time up to date them. Configure security settings for your operating system and internet browser. Install an antivirus and keep it updated to block threats targeting vulnerabilities. So it's not that you have just installed the antivirus, we have to keep that antivirus up to date also, because every day new viruses are coming. So to get the new patches, we have to keep our antivirus up to date. Clear cookies in your browser. Cookies are small text files. Those are used to store some browsing history on our computer. So to clear these or to avoid these vulnerabilities, we have to clear these cookies. The next topic is cyberbullying. Very well knowing these terms, cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is harassment that is basically online harassment that takes place using technology, which includes sending or forwarding threatening text messages, posting embarrassing or altered pictures of someone without his or her permission, or setting up a fake online social network page where others make harsh comments and spread rumors about someone. So this is a very common term, cyberbullying these days. We have to, especially teenagers should are becoming common among these. Cyberbullying is very common among the teenagers. So we should avoid these cyberbullying. We should avoid ourselves to become a victim of this cyberbullying. Which precautions we can take to avoid this cyberbullying? Never give your personal information and password to any unknown person. Especially posting anything on the social networking site, we should be very particular, because our information can be misused. She can use this information to harass you. Check your privacy settings, like especially in social networking sites we should keep our settings private, like only our friends or non persons can see our information, usually found on the setting on most social networking sites to set permission. So you can control who can review your profile and photos, make comments, and if desired block certain people from viewing your page. If you realize some persons can create some problems, so you should block those persons. You should search your name on major search engine such as Google on regular basis, because this will be a precaution from your side, like every time or after some particular interval of time you can check your name by using any Google search engine or any another search engine, so that if you realize like some cyberbullying is there, or it something like something, you know, unwanted like things are there or unpleasant things are there, so you will be aware about that. Installation of filtering software on the computer can protect teenagers from viewing inappropriate content online. So some special filters are also there. Although in some antivirus, some these types of filters are there, they can protect our computer or the teenagers from viewing these sites. The next term is hacking. Two types of persons are there, hackers and crackers. Both of these are you will use your data, they will steal your data, or they will uh, create a breach in your computer, security breach. But the hackers can use that data in positive or negative reasons. But crackers will intentionally breach your computer security. They can steal your information or for other malicious action. So these are basically hackers, and crackers have advanced computer and networking skills, but the hackers are those persons which can use the data in positive or negative reason. They can hack your data, your computer also. So which type of precautions we can take to avoid this hacking or cracking? So you should make a strong password and change it frequently, especially while using for any social networking site or any banking site. You should use a very strong password. It should be at least 6 character long, and it should be the combination of alphabets, numbers and special characters. And it should not be your personal information like your phone number or your date of birth or your relatives date of birth or number or name, because that is very easy to guess. Your new password should be different from any other passwords you have used, because we are having so many accounts. They can be on social networking, they can be on banking sites for net bankings or any other thing, emails, so many things are there. So we should use different password for each and every website, and if we are changing our password, it should be different from other passwords. It is strongly advised that you use different password for different accounts. The next is social engineering. Social engineering is a term used for gaining unauthorized access or obtaining confidential information by taking advantage of trusting human nature of some victims. Because some people can track our behavior over internet, which type of shopping we are doing, which type of sites we are visiting generally. So they are gaining the access of our computer, they are just tracking us. It is the art of convincing people to relieve confidential information such as username and passwords. Sometimes we can get some type of emails that you put your email account, your banking details, you will get an offer. Something like that can be there on the phone or in person on the internet. Human nature of trust is the basis of any social engineering attack. Social engineers depends on the fact the people are unaware of their valuable information, because every time you hear on TV also, in newspapers also, on even on internet also, never share your OTP. You are getting some caller tune also. So if you are using these information, you are giving such type of information to any another person, he or she can misuse your data. So they obtain information from users who do not destroy or conceal information properly. Now phases in social engineering attacks are research on the target, that can be any company or any particular person, from and how they target that person, from websites, employees, tour company, etc. Then select the victim. Identify the frustrated employees of the target company. Then develop relationship with the selected employees. Exploit the relationship. Collect the sensitive and financial information and get aware of current technologies. So these are the steps. Like some person in any company, he or she is frustrating or he is very disappointed from the company, so they will target that person. They can get the sensitive information from that employee by developing the relationship, and then they can misuse that data. Now which type of precautions we can take to avoid this social engineering? Verify the identity of a person or organization requesting personal or confidential information. If some person is uh, demanding, or he or she is requesting to you for giving your personal information, so you should verify the identity of that person firstly before giving him or her your personal information. While relaying personal or confidential information, ensure that only authorized people can hear your conversation. So it should not be on any on telephone or something like that. You should tell him or her personally. When personal or confidential information appears on a computer or mobile device, ensure that only authorized people can see your screen. Then share all sensitive or confidential documents. Shared, sorry, all sensitive or confidential documents. After using a public computer, clear the history in its browser. because sometimes it happens we are using some public computer, that can be in any computer lab, that can be in a cyber cafe, or that can be anywhere you are going and you are using some another person's computer. So every time before leaving that computer, you should clear the history of that computer. Avoid using public computers to conduct banking or sensitive transactions. Especially while doing banking transaction, you should avoid public computers. Then digital footprints. What are these digital footprints? Every time while we are surfing or browsing over internet, some part of our information is left behind on the computer. That is called digital footprint. For example, if we are checking our email or filling our any form, you also have noticed while filling Gmail account, you are filling your ID. Once you have entered, then next time it will appear automatically. So something is leaving behind, that is called digital footprint. So buying and selling things and posting on social networking leave traces of your personal information online. This information can be seen by other users. Now what step you can take to avoid this? You should every time clear the history and cookies while leaving the computer to avoid this digital footprint. So which precautions are there? Keep your privacy setting as high as possible, especially while using social networking site and banking sites. Never post personal information such as home address, telephone number and parents office address. Never upload inappropriate picture or videos. Never post inappropriate matter about any person because your post is public. So you should be very particular while posting any of the posts over internet. If you see something online that makes you feel uncomfortable, unsafe or worried, leave the website and turn off your computer. Okay, if you want, tell a trusted adult, your parents can be there, your teachers can be there immediately. When you use a public computer, make sure you log out of all the accounts you have accessed before leaving the computer. Generally, we don't do this action, but it is very necessary, especially if you are using someone else's computers. Now, what are the role of parents and teachers for the cyber security? Parents and teachers should advise children to play only those online games which are suitable for their age. Don't play these PUBG and all these games. These are very harmful. Parents and teachers should advise children that most social networks are not suitable for children under 11-12 years of age, because some websites are there, only although some not some so many websites are there, but those are related to the contents only. Parents and teachers should be part of children's online life. At the same time, they should gain their trust as far as the use of internet is concerned. Parents and teachers should advise children not to share any personal information to any unknown person. So it should not be there. If you don't know any person, don't share your information with him or her. Parents and teachers should make such environment at home and at school so that children can discuss their internet related problems openly without hesitation. Parents and teachers should advise children to create a strong password for every account. Like if you are having 2 3 accounts, so for each and every account a strong password should be there, and keep on changing password after a certain period of time. Like after every month, 2 month, 3 months, you have to change your password so that no one can guess it easily. And most important, do not share your password with anyone. Internet has many objectionable material such as violence and obscene photos. Parents and teachers should use content filtering to restrict access of minors to inappropriate sites. I told you some special filters are there to avoid all these things. Although with some antivirus these type of filters came. Let's not forget that the internet is an excellent tool for education and entertainment and communication. Parents and teachers should be aware that the online world is here, and the only thing they can do to prepare their children, students to become better digital citizens. So it is our responsibility also to keep ourselves safe and do not misuse any type of information of others also. Do not post such type of post who can harm to someone else. So we have completed our chapter beta. In next class we'll do the question answers. Go through your book, read the chapter very carefully. Take care.